Can we stop and appreciate the greatness of Kenyan long-distance runner Faith Kipyegon? Now, a few days ago, Faith attempted to be the first woman to break the 4-minute mile barrier in an event that was sponsored by Nike called Breaking4. Now, she had a host of pacers, and she had equipment from Nike Next Gen equipment, as far as shoes and clothes, and it was in controlled environment. And these pacers did a good job of trying to keep her within striking distance of the record, but she came up just a tad bit short, about 7 seconds short. Her time ended up being 4 minutes and 6.42 seconds, which is incredible. And just for context, the closest runner or closest female runner that has come to her time was Sifan Hassan of the Netherlands back in 2019, July 12th of 2019, with a time of 4 minutes, 12.33 seconds. She's the only woman that has done a sub-4 10 mile from what I can see record-wise through my research. Also, to kind of compare her to my time. So my last presidential physical fitness award, do they still do that? Presidential physical fitness award back in high school. I ran a 5 minute, I pulled it up, a 5 minute and 20-second mile, and I thought that was incredible.
I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Just to give you some context, that averaged out to be 11.25 miles per hour. Faith, at 4 minutes and 6 seconds, she came out to 14.63 miles per hour, which means she was huffing at about 21.5 feet per second. So mine's, just context, is 16.5 feet per second. So for those that follow track and field and don't understand how far a second can be within track and field, think about Faith's 21.5 feet per second that she's traveling and how far a second is within the confines of track. So if you hear a person got beat by a second, or I shaved a second off my time, that is a long distance. Even a half a second is a long distance. So we fight for the milliseconds when it comes for track. I'm talking about we, like I still run, which I don't run like competitively, but that is a long distance when you really think about that. The event itself, I thought the event was great. There's some people that gripe about the spectacle of it all, the controlled environment of it all, but I believe track and field needs things like this to bring eyeballs to the sport, because we don't really have anything other than the World Championships and the Olympics, which those are like the ones that really, I don't want to say really count, but the ones that people really pay attention to are the Olympic years. So things like this, the last time I saw something like this was back in the 90s when we had the world's fastest man competition that was Michael Johnson and Donovan Bailey running against each other, which ended up being a really hyped event. I didn't like the outcome of it, but it brought eyeballs to the sport. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Michael Johnson, Donovan Bailey, fastest man in the world. I think it was like a documentary made on that event, but check it out. But that's the last time I saw anything like this. I'm pretty sure there have been other things before that I just missed out on, but I believe track and field needs more of this. I'm not sure if the IAAF approves of it, or whether they feel like this is a threat to the sanctioned sport, but I think things like this is needed in order to drive up interest for track and field, and I hope we have more of this. What do you guys think? If you're a person that's a casual person that only watch running during the Olympic years, do you think something like this will help you or give you more interest in the sport? Or if you're a person that actively watches track and field, do you feel like this is something that's needed, or do you feel like it's extra? I definitely love to hear what you guys have to say about it. So if you're checking me out on the YouTube, please comment below. If not, please follow me on YouTube, or you can follow my podcast anywhere you get podcasts. Just search for the RVA Running Man podcast and subscribe. But again, I wanted to talk about this because I felt like that event was a really great event. It was underrated, and hopefully some of you guys go out there and check out the footage that they have out online. You can watch the whole race on YouTube, which just search for Faith Kipyegon Breaking4, and it's out there. But again, I thank you guys for watching me. I thank you for checking out this podcast, and I hope you guys are safe out there on the roads and trails. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.